Now, how long do you think that this foundation is going to last? Look at all the cracks. There's tons of cracks in the house on that side. Everything's creaking and cracking. If this thing gives way, there's going to be tons of problems in the house and make everything worse.
Look at the top, look at the top. Holy. Oh my. Wow. There it goes.
Nah, bro, that's something you see off a movie. Like, that's a movie that The Rock will be in. The Rock is always in a movie with something's breaking down and falling apart. I'm talking about the one with The Rock Johnson. And Kevin Hart probably in the back, no, doing this. But look, this next clip is going to show you a guy who's like a maintenance dude and is saying the whole house is out of whack. Look at this.
This house is 14 inches out of whack. Let me show you. Damn! So this corner right here is up 4.5 inches. That corner over there, 8 inches down. So from this corner all the way down there is a 12.5 inch difference. Look what it's done to the beam. Snap that beam right in half. You can put your finger in there. Crack the siding all the way up there. The whole wall splitting off. Top to bottom, coming off that house.
You get small bricks like this here. Like this. Right through the brick. Right through the brick. This one here is the weak part here. Look, it's just all dust. And behind that is a brick.
Make sure my foundation ain't gonna fall apart. That's scary, bro. Like, imagine being asleep and you don't know your foundation is on its last leg. And you wake up under some bricks, if you even wake up. Nah, that's scary as hell, man. The lady in this next clip is a real estate agent, and you won't believe what happened. Look at this.
I toured a house the other day with clients that was literally falling apart. Now, I'm not talking about, oh, it's not been maintained too well, it's falling apart. No, like literally falling apart, crumbling to the ground. And this was disclosed in the listing, which I appreciate. I can't tell you how many times I've walked into houses and immediately there's something that, had we known it was existing in the house, it smells like cigarettes, cat pee, whatever, we wouldn't have gone. So I appreciate that this listing agent and the seller were at least upfront about the home's issue. Now, regardless of that, my clients were interested in seeing for themselves. Because if you don't know, anything is negotiable in real estate. Now, just because you try to negotiate something doesn't mean the other party has to agree to it, but anything is fair game. So we're touring this house. The exterior had some scary corners. The bricks were cracking and kind of pulling apart. And note, if you ever see a crack through a brick opposed to cracking through the mortar, which is the cement-like stuff between the brick, a crack through a brick is crazy. It takes so much stress to crack a brick. So that means there's a big problem. Then we got to the basement and I was horrified. On all 4 walls, there were crazy horizontal cracks ranging from this thick to this thick. The walls were shifting over one another. The bottom section was bowing out. The top section was bowing in. And again, this wasn't an isolated area. This was the entirety of the foundation in the basement. My clients and I start talking, how much is something like this going to cost to fix? If I had to guess, probably more than $50,000. We decided shortly thereafter that it wasn't going to be in their best interest to pursue this house, even if they could negotiate everything, because it's risky. And they ended up finding their dream home anyways. But crazy. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Holy crap, this is the worst foundation damage I've seen all year. Here we've got all these strategically placed garbage bags. Don't want the inspector seeing the foundation here. Now look at all this patching. That's a lot of patching on this masonry block, but check it out down here. When you move away, your house isn't supposed to move with you, and this house has moved to the west about 2 whole inches. That is a significant amount of displacement right there. Now we're on the inside. That's very significant displacement right there. It isn't the step crack itself, it's the displacement. You'll see that the fact that there's a nice little shelf there, that's from the foundation moving. And we've got the same thing here. You can see the significance. This entire house has shifted on its foundation. My phone is being held level right now, and you can see the support column of the home is leaning that way. And if you look here, it might be hard to see in the video, this door frame is racked. It is heading uphill that direction. On the more extreme side of what happens when you have poor grade. If you look, the grade here is just awful. Everything is pointing directly at the foundation, and this is long term. This is what happens when you leave that and don't take care of it. The entire house shifts on its foundation, and you end up with sloped floors, racked door frames, shifted foundation. This is a big structural project right here, and this won't be cheap.
It's been a long, hot summer here in Southeast Texas, and I am starting to notice a lot of houses that I'm inspecting are having more foundation movement. And I think a lot of it has to do with the drought conditions and the soil separating around our foundations. So we really need to be watering our foundations at this point. Maybe put a soaker hose. If you can stick your hand like this down in the gap, you need to start watering your foundation.
See, yeah, he in Texas. Even the house is tired of the heat. They like, man, look, I'm about to go on lean. They tired of standing up, man. The house want to sit down, man. We got some more foundation collapse coming right up. You ready? I'm ready. Let's go.
15 people are out of their homes after the foundation of a small apartment building collapsed.
You guys may not know this, but I get thousands and thousands of comments, and I try to read every single one. And the one thing that baffles me, and I've seen a lot of them lately, especially when it comes to decks, is how I'm being overly nitpicky and, oh, you know, that deck's been up there for 20 years. You know, you hear all this stuff, and then you see these stories and you look at the statistics. And every year, I think the number is in the thousands of people who are injured or unalived from deck collapses and foundation collapses. This stuff really happens. So if you guys ever wonder why us inspectors are so thorough and so nitpicky about this stuff, that's why. If you're renting, it never hurts to do your own inspection, especially if you see stuff like decks or balconies or things that just look generally unsafe. If the foundation is leaning and things are, you know, your floors are sloping crazy stuff, it doesn't hurt to get your own inspection and bring that stuff to the attention of your landlord. It could become relevant later on if there's ever any legal proceedings.
Give you a quick check-in on building number 3 here at the 22 unit. This is the one that had one of the exterior walls collapse, and then we found the foundation problem while we were working in the crawl space. So as you can see here, they've got the entire wall rebuilt, so she's ready to be put back together now. So they did a pretty good job. Still waiting for it to dry a little and whatnot, but once we get that done, they can do a little bit of framing on this wall, and building number 3 is put back together, and then we can start actually putting building 3 back together. If you like what you see, give us a like, give us a follow, give us some comments, share with a friend. We'll see you on the next video.
This home will fall over in a matter of years. You can see both piers are leaning the same direction at a serious angle.
New construction. Welcome to your new home. Haven't even made it in the house yet. Isn't that supposed to be a gap right there?
Window frame's cracked.
Got to seal up some nails. That's a decent sized foundation crack. And then starting to get diagonal stair step cracking, which points to structural movement. Brand new house. Okay, and in this same area, we start getting a pretty decent separation in these join materials. Y'all like how that looks? See that? Not much hanging over right there, but a good amount hanging over right there. It adds character. We need to backfill all this with more soil and sod. Look how much footing's exposed. Well, guess they're just gonna leave that there. It's broken.
Bro, that's just a new house though, bro. That's just lousy, bro. Like that's like I cannot say scam more than you having a new house and it's it's already falling apart, bro. Come on, bro. It's sad. Let's play the clips, man.
Do you know how to tell if the foundation on a house is failing? Let's talk about it. So when you're looking at a house or you're looking at any type of structure, here's a couple of things to keep an eye out for to make sure that the foundation isn't failing. The number one thing, let me say this again, the number one thing that you need to look at is if there are cracks along the corners of the windows and door frames. If there is like one, maybe two, you're probably fine. It's most likely settling. If there are cracks at windows and doors at almost every one, you probably have a failing foundation and you need to make sure you either check that out or choose to not write an offer on that house.
This is a house my brother bought and the foundation started to collapse. This is proof I'm not just a one-trick pony and I can do more than electrical. You see, me, my brother, my dad, and my Uncle Ed came to straighten out this foundation.
Yeah.
I haven't been posting for a while because I had to shoot up and help my brothers, but it was a stand-up comedy routine the entire time. But we did work super hard and we used the Gorilla wall brace system to straighten up the walls.
Wow, who wired this?
Yeah, my Uncle Ed's busting my chops. This is definitely not my best work. I'm piecing this old 1920s wiring back together because some of the wiring was in the way of the mounting brackets. Right here, I'm just dissecting and taking a closer look at a wire nut with a set screw from the 1920s. You can actually still get these today, and they do make a great connection. Now everything's out of the way for the beam brace. Let's take a closer look at that wire nut. 5/4/26. The date's right on there. So that means it'll be exactly 100 years old in about 6 months. It is pretty cool that it lasted and made a solid connection for almost 100 years. But this entire house needs to be rewired. But we'll deal with that another day. Now that I got that fixed, let's check with the ditch diggers outside. I pretend pretty good, but electricians weren't made for digging in the cold. The wall's pretty straight. Let me know if you want to see more of that repair.
Trying to take this one back for some time. Neighbor wants to actually buy it. Her mom lives next door. And I showed up today and this is what I saw. Citations from the city. Front door wide open. I don't know why anybody would want to buy this house. Maybe they haven't seen it. But you definitely need carpet. Price went up. Custom drapes. Why is that taped? Maybe we'll never know. Price went up drapes. Price went up fence, chandelier, custom swirls in the ceiling. I just did that. That's, oh, we got some crackage, which means we have some foundation issues. More cracks along the windows. Always check the windows, guys. Check the door jambs. You see that? Price just went up. Oh, it's a sliding door. Price just went up. This bathroom is in cherry condition. If your bathroom don't look like this, you're poor. Look at all that custom. I built that, put it all in. If you're a big person, you're not showering here. That shit is tiny. And then, wow, look at the cracks there, bro. I wish the neighbor was home today so I can show her. You definitely don't want to buy this house just to be next to your mom because this mug is fucked. So, oh, I didn't even notice the cracks up there. You see that? Huge foundation issues in this house. I just put in this custom closet right here. I don't know why I did it, but I did it. Look at the crackage in the back. And it's not bug crack. When I came in, I mean, there's custom shelving that I put in. It was a lot of work, but I did it. That door was wide open. So I'm not sure who opened this house up, but people were definitely in here. So sending out the team and getting it sealed before we get the crackies in here because I forgot to show you back here. They already got their hands on the water heater. Is there a garage in this house? I didn't even see a garage. The furnace, thankfully, is still here. Got another cherry fucking bathroom. Price just went up because I don't even know what that is. Oh, sconces with the... I wonder if... What was that one thing we used to say when we were young? To usher in the Bloody Mary? Oh my God, I better get out of here. Oh, wait. There's that bitch. Found you. Okay. Water heater isn't gone. Check this out, guys. Not only is there the custom dinosaur wallpaper that I put up, and I'm going to leave the very clean blinds, as you can tell. They clean these very often. They did a really good job. I'm going to leave all the furniture for whoever wants it. Look at this. I installed a custom lamp on the wall. Custom built-in drawers everywhere with mirrors and some sconces. This is a house of sconces, brah. I don't even know if that's a sconce, but it sounds cool coming out of my mouth. Yeah. No major cracks in here. Wasn't that spooky, huh? All black like that? Imagine something came crawling out of that bitch. You ain't seen me run fast yet. But I don't know what I'm going to do because I got to leave and I can't lock this bitch up. That's interesting. That's why you can't lock it. You see that? It's been broken.
Crack here, crack there, crack everywhere. Sound like downtown Dallas to me, man. The guy in this next clip, he's going to inspect the house, man. It hasn't been inspected in about 10 years. And it's more than just cracks going on. Let's look at it.
Okay, I'm gonna bring you along today. This house is $360,000. I'm in Boise, Idaho, and it's about 10 years old. All I've done is kind of the exterior and done my general walk, but I'm gonna show you what not maintaining your house does. Let's take a look. Stop throwing salt and ruining your driveways. Terrible downspout location. It's caused all of this to settle. Now it's a trip hazard. Get the vegetation away from your house. See how this siding right here started to swell up? You can only imagine what it looks like under all of that nonsense. No gutter or drainage system, and they put that flashing on too tight, and this is what happens in your roof valleys. You're gonna start deteriorating fascia boards. If you let this kind of maintenance go, then you have to start replacing stuff. Instead of just maintaining it, fixing it, now it's all rotted out and it needs to be replaced. This is a good example where that drip edge is installed too tightly and it wears down this fascia over years, but after 10 years, that's what it looks like. After a few years, you can see it start to do that. Do something about it. Don't just let it rot away. You get a brand new unit put in, probably because you didn't take care of the old one. And that one's not level either, so that'll probably wear down fast as well. Not really maintenance related, but just had a feeling there'd be a gas leak. Light fixture damaged. Dryer exhaust. Gross. Broken. 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 Cut. I guess if you have so much stuff in your garage, it's gonna be real hard to maintain that water heater. There's a bunch of corrosion. Looks like a bunch of backdrafting evidence as well. It's probably not drafting correctly. Of course, the inside of this furnace is insanely dirty. Same thing here, and I bet they only just changed this filter since their real estate agent probably told them to. That's typically how that happens, but arrow's got to go towards the unit. So you don't even know how to put the filter in. I know you don't change it regular. And loose toilet. These can loosen up over time, but you gotta pay attention to them. You don't want that leaking underneath there. Come on now. It's always these kind of people that do the toilet paper on the backside. That's incorrect. And loosey-goosey boys, that can be a safety hazard. Something to watch after years of being in a house. Bro, is that grass clippings? If them smokes are over 10 years old, they got to be changed. Man, y'all check behind your washers and dryers. These things get years of nastiness behind them. Return, be nasty. That was to be expected looking at that furnace out there. Look how much can build up over 10 years. They got pets in here too. Loose carpet can be a trip hazard. Another important thing is clean your exhaust fans in your bathroom. So this is just the grill right here, but if all that dust is already right there, imagine what that motor looks like. That's what we call fart fan fires. Draining a little slow there.
All kinds of stuff growing in the crawl space.
A real man doesn't concern himself with building permits. What, you're going to let another man with a clipboard tell you what you can and can't build on your land? I'll pass.
Connecticut. Or should I say Connecticut? Y'all need to Connecticut this crap out. Man, this guy's talking about how y'all got to break down your houses and rebuild them. And then the image he's going to show you kind of looking a little scary. Why them houses sitting on Jenga stacks? Jenga, the game where you put the little brick. Look at it, man.
All right, what's going on, Connecticut? So apparently you got foundations that are crumbling and we need to knock them all down and rebuild these houses. Apparently there's something called pyrotite. Am I even saying that right? Pyrotite was heavily used between 1983 and 2015 throughout the Connecticut area, and over 35,000 homes could have been used with this type of concrete, meaning all of these are going to have foundations that are going to fail around the 10 to 30 year mark. Apparently, Connecticut has already given hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to fix these homes. And here are some of the things they're trying to do. Check how they're lifting these houses literally off the ground and knocking down the old foundation and putting a new one in. Now, could you imagine if you bought these houses, you could have got a home inspection right when you got them. Everything looks just fine. And this is nothing anyone can see. This is literally inside the concrete wall. And now all of a sudden you have $100,000 to $200,000 fix and lifting your whole house up. This was a crazy oversight, and it seems like they're going to have some work ahead of them. But yeah, don't do that.
This stuff, man, this made me want to build a house myself. Like, literally, me build it. I build it, and I can't build worth a damn, okay? But I probably can do better than what y'all doing. Huh? Man, y'all got cracks and leans and all lean with it. Rock with it, man. Your stuff is dancing, man. House lean, house doing the bend. That's, I can't do it with my mic in the way, but it's bending, man. Come with a theme song. Look, man, if y'all know anybody who's going through this, if your house, you in leaning with it and rocking with it, you need to get out of there. Don't watch no more videos until you get out of the house, man. Get up out of there. But if y'all know anybody going through this, man, drop it down in the comments. Let me know what y'all want to see next. I'm talking about folks building houses so bad, you got people walking away from home ownership in general, man. If y'all want to see something like that and that drama, click right here. Again, it's been Josh from Talk to Him, boy, and I just talked to you, boy.